Hey folks, today I'm going to talk about how to find some backup discs for your favorite disc. You don't want to always be worried about losing your favorite disc and being out of luck, both because you lost a disc, but also because it fit a vital role in your bag. So I'm going to share with you a couple tips on how you can start to develop some backup discs for your favorite disc right after the intro. So here's the deal. I love this disc and it flies how I want it to. Let me show you. I call it my two-legged dog. It's just going to go out and fade comfortably to the right. Boy, wish I'd thrown that a little higher. A little higher, we'd gone right to the basket. But that's what happens when you're filming. It never goes right. Okay, I found this. I've had this for a while, and I've just had it in my, I buy this used stuff out of used bins and stuff like that. And I started looking at the numbers, and I'm like, this may work. It's just a recycled spin. And let's see how it does. It flies a lot like the other one. Now, what stinks is my first run at doing this video, I threw both of them much better. But I got a little talky on that, and I'm trying to compress it. So trust me, they fly very similar. So I'm like, that's awesome. Well, then I have some other discs. My other straight birdie that I just kind of poke right down the hole. That's, no, don't go there. It's just a point and shoot. Yep. I just picked up yesterday a Watt. It's supposed to do kind of the same, and it really is. So far, I've thrown it about 12 times, but it's looking like it's going to be able to replace that. Better plastic is going to hold up better than the DX plastic. That's one of the reasons why I'm looking for some replacements. You gotta trust me. It's flying nice. I like it. I'm still in that dancing phase with it. I'm getting used to it, but it's very similar. I like the flight of it. One more. Somebody stole my uplink. I left it on the hole 6 a couple days ago, and somebody walked off with it. So I just got a brand new uplink. It's not quite as beat up as the other one, but that uplink was replacing my Cookie Monster that I love, because I just want that, if you're a backhand thrower, you want that nice turnover. I mean, it's basically, it's the farther version of my birdie. I want the two-legged dog that's going to consistently go around here. And I'm basically building a bag that I've got all those shots just nice and shaped out. So anyway, the Cookie Monster actually is a little flatter than I want. I want a little more turn, but let me show you. I don't know if I left it in my car or something. It's like it got a little more stable than it used to be. It happens sometimes. It's weird, but it used to be more flippy. So I want something flippier than that. Brand new uplink. Well, it's a flippy. Those are supposed to be examples of how I was going to throw both of them, and they were going to be like, here's the first one, here's the second one. What do? Here's the first one, here's the second one. You got to trust me. They're matching up pretty well. I'm not doubting it 100%, but I can feel confident to put those birdies up and the Cookie Monster up and bring those other ones, and they now can join the main rotation of my bag. So how does that happen? All right, so I'm trying to eliminate a lot of different molds, just keep very simple, and I love the Valkyrie. So I'm wanting to have the range of Valkyries if I can, from stable to understable. And my favorite, my go-to around here is the flip-up hyzer, is my Minion Valkyrie. Now the numbers on it are 9.4 minus 2.2, but not all Valkyries are the same. And so you've got to be able to figure out how to get a disc to fly like this. Either find a similar beat Valkyrie, or if you're going to do it in another brand, figure out something that's going to match it. The flight numbers help, but they're just kind of a base to figure out that's kind of where I need to be shopping. But you really need to get out there and throw. So what did I do? I've been clobbering the used bin forever. Just always, whenever I saw Valkyrie or something that was similar numbers, I started grabbing them. $8 a piece. This has been one of my main go-to buying used discs of. Okay, and so I had all these discs. And so what did I do? I just started, I'm gonna hold off on these for a minute. I brought them all out, I actually had a couple more, and I just started, what I would do is I'd throw my minion as my test throw, and then I'd just start throwing the other ones. Now you can't just do it off one. You gotta go back and forth several times. And I started looking at which ones flew and felt the same. And then there's a third part to it, the it factor. Some discs talk to you better than others. I know that's a weird thing and that's not scientific, but I just like certain discs better than the others, and you need to like your discs. But so here, hopefully I'll speed this up in post, but I'm just gonna throw these. I've got things from, you know, Valkyrie to a Virus to an Impulse. Really, the Insanities. I bought my first one was this guy, and it's like a fireball or a firebird. And so I got turned off the Insanities, but the numbers were so close to the Valkyrie, I finally went back and grabbed some other beat Insanities, and they are really close to the Valkyrie. So I'm probably shifting more over to this, but anyway, let me show you. I'm just gonna throw these quickly. See how flippy that guy is. I like that a lot, but the colors are terrible. I lose it, so I can't really. Same thing with this. I'd never play with this unless I was desperate, because I can't see it. I thought Roadrunner maybe, and it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. That one's close to a little too flippy. The Virus, same thing. It's brand new, but it's a flippy booger. Well, I mean brand new from the used bin. It hasn't been beat up that much. I keep forgetting how flippy that puppy is. The Impulse I thought would be a good roller disc, but it's actually a good flying disc too for me. I'll push that out a little bit left, but it's still got that nice pop up and ride. Now here's the Insanity. Just like that flight. Push that out a little left, but same, it's that predictable little pop up and glide. Now look at this. This is the same thing as those last two discs. The exact same mold, but it's in glow plastic. And it just, the parting line, these things are crazy. Watch this. By the way, I have to hold it here because I put that line here. I have to hold it here or I go crazy. Granted, I pushed that out a little bit left, but you see, it's just a meat hook. So that's why you can't always just be certain just by the mold. You got to get out there and throw it. And so I threw all those discs and a few more, and I whittled it down to, these were kind of my top, actually 4. I was going to show you. I found out that this is a great stable Valkyrie. The Champion plastic tends to be more stable. It's a great combo with this. If I need more stability, this guy. If I need the flip, it's this guy. We won't get into that right now. But so I whittled it down, throwing all these discs that I had, and these were my favorites. These were the ones that are in contention. And the great news is I've got all these if I really get in trouble. And I can also give some away if I need to. Somebody who I know their game, I can say, hey, try this one. Or some of those that didn't make it would be a great giveaway gift. So, all right, so let's look at this. I'm sorry I'm talking fast and breathy. I've got to hold this here. It's weird. I know that's not right. But see, it fits perfectly right there. All right. I'm babying a little because I don't need all the power, and so I'm pushing a little bit. But you saw it just popped up and rode. For these holes and these hills, these tunnel shots, that's just such a beautiful shot to go right up through the gap. I like this one a lot. It's Valkyrie Mandahano, and it feels good. The plastic's a little bit, I don't know. Sometimes it just comes down to the feel of it. It's close, but it didn't quite make it. Huh. Especially if you throw it like that. Boy, I threw them better the first go around. I'm sorry. It's a delicate line between performing for this and throwing out there. This one popped up in my videos. I used it a little while ago and I forgot what it was. And then the other day when I was trying to work on what my backup Valkyrie was, I saw this in the office and it I don't know. It may be the winner. I just like the way it flies. But the good news is I really have 4 or 5 backup. I really have 4 or 5 backup discs that I could grab right now if I lost that minion and feel confident that I could throw them. And that's awesome. Threw that a little low, but lock knocker. At the end of the day, this one, after I took all these and threw them multiple times, I took those 4 and I played around and I just threw all of them on all the holes. And this one consistently just did a touch better than the other one. It came down to feel. This is the guy that I'm probably gonna hold in my bag. I wish it was a little different color, but it's got a wide enough rim that I can probably see it. It's between this and the nose guy. And it's hard to explain the nose thing to people who haven't seen my video. Just pop up and go straight. So it really comes down to understanding what your disc is that you're wanting to fly and kind of getting a base idea of the flight numbers. So there it's 9-4 -2-2, but really since it's a beat star Valkyrie, it's probably like 9-4 -3-1. And so I'm looking for discs around that range, and then I've just got to get out there and start throwing them till one of them pops or a couple of them pop. The great news is I now don't worry about that minion as much because I've got 4 backups if I need to. So anyway, yeah, plus you have the joy of getting to go rummage around in used bins. You're not in a hurry, but you're able to find some discs that you just suddenly become some of your favorite discs because you get to go buy them cheap, get out there and throw them in the field. So anyway, I just got distracted by about 18 things, and so that wrap up was terrible. But anyway, send me some questions about that if you've got any other questions, and yeah, hope to see you out on the course. Okay, here's another quick tip for you when you're talking about trying to find that disc that fits in that slot. If they're overstable, more stable than you want, you can fix it. It's hard to make a flippy disc, really can't make a flippy disc back to super stable, but you can take a stable disc and make it flippy. I prefer pine trees because the bark kind of cushions it, but it's simply a matter of, oh, it's a little too stable. Do that a couple times. The nice thing, the bark kind of cushions it a little bit. Then throw it a couple more times. See, does that do it? Smack it a few more times. And after a little bit, you can kind of tune it up to where it's flowing kind of how you want it. Anyway, there you go. Quick little tip. Somebody's probably gonna, DX plastic, base plastic beats up faster. This Champion Other, you're gonna have to smack it quite a few times to really kind of get it to start flipping over, but you can do it. I missed the tree, didn't I? Dang it. Anyway, there you go.